Hi Pisces, how you doing? It's nice to see you again. Welcome to your end of July, beginning of August reading, I guess, because we're starting the week in July and was ending it in August, so it's a funny week. But whenever you get this message, it's for you, because that's sort of how spirit works. If you've been drawn to this message in November, if it's still booting around YouTube then and you found it, then there's something here for you now. So it's a good time to sit back, enjoy. I will try to entertain as well, deliver messages to you in a timely manner. Now, oh, and I'm Cindy, by the way. Hi, nice to meet you if it's your first time coming here. Thank you so much. And if you've been here before, it's great to see you again. So thank you. If you've never been here before, you won't know that Pisces is one of my favorite energies to come into. And you know what I was just thinking too, because my name Cindy comes from Cynthia, which comes from Cynthus, which was a Greek god or Greek goddess, and she was the goddess of the moon. So maybe there's the connection there. Maybe. I don't know. It's just nice. Oh, and well, I'm an Aries too, so you're kind of like my buddy. You're right beside me. My buddy, which is great, because I'm sort of between like Pisces and Taurus. Pisces and Taurus. So that's my little skit there. Anyways, sorry. So what I'm going to tell you is, knowledge. Yeah, and you guys, I think you guys have a deep knowledge about stuff. I learn all sorts of stuff from Pisces friends. But what I was going to say is, that's a really cool picture. I'll let you look at that. It's not your card yet, but it's just there for someone maybe. What I'm going to say is, starting Wednesday last week, I stopped using the decks that I've been using. Well, I have a lot of decks anyway, so let's change it up a bit, right? And I do find that when I do change up the decks, that different messages come through. It's just like a different conduit. It's just a different way for spirit to connect with us. And it did feel like those cards were just heavy. I just was told not to pick them up. I think it was Wednesday when I started doing Leo, Virgo, and Libra. And it's just, so these are deeper spiritual messages that we're working on right now. Yeah, so you're going to get, and I'm going to tell you guys what these decks are. So please don't ask me in the comments. I'm saying it right now. So listen. This is Return to Spirit, the return of Spirit, the Return of Spirit Oracle deck. Mystical, the Moon, Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. Tarot of Dreams, and the Fairies Oracle deck. And the Fairies is F-A-E-R-I-E-S. I'm not sure why the spelling is different. Maybe it's a British thing, because I'm pretty sure this deck was made by a UK lad. Oh, don't tell me that. Like, I wouldn't be, you know, somebody will tell me and I'll feel like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. It was printed in the US, but everything is printed in the US, right? I don't know. Anyway, when I think of fairies, I think of the UK. Don't you think of like Scotland and Ireland and England, and like that's where the fairies come from. So that's sort of what and his name is Brian Froud, F-R-O-U-D, Froud. Anyways, I'm probably wrong about everything I'm saying. Let's just get intuition going here and let spirit talk before I look like a complete idiot. So those are the decks. And yeah, in case you're curious and you want to get set. Now, I am just shuffling this Return of Spirit deck, and let's see what comes to Pisces from Spirit at this time. What would Spirit? I was about to say, what would Pisces like to talk to Spirit about? Is there something you guys want to talk to Spirit about? Let's do it. Let's change it right now. Let's do this. What does Pisces want to talk to Spirit about? What does Pisces want to talk to Spirit about? Ooh, you never know where it's going to go when you start these readings. What does Pisces want to talk to Spirit about? Oh, there's 2 cards. Oh, There's two cards, recognition and storm. So the first one, you know, it's obvious. There's some sort of question about recognition. Should you have the recognition? Do you want the recognition? You're asking Spirit about recognition. So we're going to clarify these. This is going to be fun. You guys are talking to Spirit, not the other way around. That's so Pisces, isn't it? It's like, okay, Spirit guides, listen up. Listen up. I got some stuff to ask you. Okay, I'm here. And storm. Are you looking for a storm, or do you feel like you're in a storm, or is there a storm brewing? And that doesn't mean it's something bad. For me, storms bring in like, well, lightning that puts nitrogen back into the ground for the plants. The water, obviously. The wind clears dust and crap out. It could just be, you know what, like you do need to take a little bit of shelter during the storm if it's a tough one. But then once the storm is through, everything is fresh. It's like a new day. So you've got storm and recognition. Well, darn tootin', this is fun. And write. So you want to write about something. You're asking Spirit. I have to watch how I say this because this is Pisces talking to Spirit. You want to write about something. I get this. This is funny for me. This looks like, if I cover this part, does this not look like a little froggy face with a tight lip? And his eyes, froggy face, whatever face you see. To me, this is a tight lip. This is what I get from this card. This is a tight lip, not talking about it. Don't want to talk about it. Doesn't feel right to talk about it. And it's almost like these sound waves get really strong near the lips in the center. And then, you know, they fade. It doesn't like grow like a word has been spoken. It's just, and when with the word right here, I feel like, well, maybe there's something you really wish to write about because you don't feel like it can be spoken about. So now what do I do? Because if you're talking to Spirit, you want to talk about this. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, I'm Spirit telling me that. Just pull out the Shaman Oracle deck. Just do what you've been doing and we'll get through this. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I just feel like this, if you ever watch, you know, the Flintstones, was it the Flintstones? Was it Fred's boss who, you know, had the secretary, and she would talk to, I can't remember what the boss's name was. Mr. Feldmore, whatever, Mr. Feldmore, Mr. Flintstone is here to see you. And then the bird would like fly over to his boss's office, and it would land in like this stone box with little slats, and then he would hit the button or whatever, and the bird would repeat it and go, Mr. Fillmore, Fred Flintstone is here to see you, and he would, okay, send him in. I feel like the little bird right now. I feel like the little bird in the Flintstones were, okay, you just sent some questions to Spirit. Okay, and I'm going to, okay, Spirit, this is what Pisces is asking about. Okay, that's kind of what it feels like. It's kind of fun. This is fun. I was just telling Aquarius, the week always starts off, oh wow. The week always starts off like really easy and fun, and then we get into heavier energy as we go deeper into the Zodiac. And then by Thursday, I'm like done. I am like really, and then Friday it's fun because it's pick a card. If you've never done my pick a cards, they're fun. There's a pick a card that's just general whatever. So you use your intuition to pick a pile to see what the message is. And another one is fun. It's love and romance. And complicationnesses, in case you're in one of those too. So anyway, so yeah, I take the weekend off now. I don't do anything on the weekend. I don't do private readings. I don't do this. I don't check email, nothing. So I have to do that today too. But yeah, so then I come in nice and fresh on Monday. The sun. So I'm feeling like Spirit is now talking to you about, oh, the sun. The sun is coming out. If you are feeling like you're in this storm, you're asking Spirit, like, I'm in this storm. It's been a while, frustrated. Whatever this storm is, it just feels like, you know, it's supposed to be a cycle change. And you're supposed to get something new or different supposed to happen, but it just feels like you're stuck in this storm. Like, when is it going to end? When is the sun coming out? So apparently the sun is about to come out. The sun is coming out, very glowing, very loving, very nurturing. It's almost like, yes, dear Pisces, I'm getting this message. We've been watching you, but there's a lot of other shit going on with people that is so bad right now. That's a weird message, right? It's almost like Spirit is saying, we know how strong you are, and we know how connected you are, and we know you know that the storm is ending. But this is just your little clarification that it's about to end. Let me look at this. Yeah, this has got lots of bird energy too, which is great. All seen and all knowing energy. Oh, I just realized the sun is here, and then the moon is here. Yeah, you guys are the moon, right? You guys are the moon. And the sun energy is coming through. It's, you know, the storm is going to blow past, whatever this is, because there's recognition and right, too. We have recognition and right. All right. Spirit, I'm your little bird, going to go back and tell Pisces what it is. They've still got recognition and right here. Recognition and right. What would you like to tell them? What would you like to tell them? Really weird. You know what? It's just getting weirder because school is out and I'm not able to go to the school and be silly with kids. So, oh, yes, you will get recognition is what I'm getting with this card. This is bounty. This is harvest. So it's coming in, baby. Wow, it's really coming in. It's coming in. It's coming in. But it has been taking a while, right? It has been taking a while, and it does take a while for all of this stuff to grow so that you can finally harvest it. And so that's sort of the message that I'm getting, like something is growing for you that is just taking some time until you can harvest it. Oh, I just got the message that, you know, with the sun card, when you have been in a storm, if you watch the crops and the farmers have planted their crops and it rains a lot, it rains a lot, it rains a lot, it rains a lot, like the crops, they can, it's really slow ass movement. It's really slow. And then the weather finally changes. Like maybe let's say, well, where I am in Canada, like we kind of, the farmers plant stuff like around May, towards the end of May. Well, depending on where you are in Canada too. There's a southern part where they probably plant even early. And then there's BC. We don't even talk to them because they got shit growing all the time. It's not fair. But so we planted in May and it's raining, like May, rain. And then June is kind of, you know, we get a bit of rain, tiny bit of sun, boop, tiny bit, rain. And then July and August come, and honest to God, at least where I am in Ontario, it's like it just doesn't want to rain anymore in July and August, and it just gets hot. But those crops have been so saturated. There's so much moisture in the soil. That sun comes out, and I can't even do it with one hand. It's like, whoop. You could literally drive by a farmer's field, like a cornfield, and it looked like it didn't do anything for a month and a half or 2 months. You drive by, let's say you're going to work, and you're like, oh yeah, it's still like this. And then you're coming by, and you're like, how did that happen? This is a different field? Did he pull everything out and put in big plants? Because it's like this. So that's the message that I'm getting here. It's like once the sun comes in, it's been taking a long time in this storm, but once this sun finally shines for you, it's just gonna, like, you're gonna hit that harvest really fast. Like, you're gonna feel that change come in really fast, and you're gonna feel it because what is the most obvious image besides this? It's not actually the sun in here, it's the moon. It's the moon. So it's coming for you, baby. That recognition is coming. That recognition, being recognized. So I'm not getting the message like doing something good for your community. Well, maybe. It's not the strongest message that I'm getting though. Like doing something good for your community and people recognizing that. I'm getting more the comment about something amazing about you, and it's finally being recognized and utilized. Recognized and utilized. Which is wonderful. I don't know, recognition. What could it be? I think it's that for you. It feels like that for me. Like that's what Spirit told me. Recognition is, you know, being recognized for abilities that you have and allowing it to be utilized. Okay, so now we have right. I have to laugh. This is turning into a reading for my friend again. I have a friend, she's a Pisces, and if she's watching this and I'm holding this up, she's gonna know, right? So weird. She has this theory that I connect with the Zodiacs through people that I know. Through people that I know that are certain Zodiac signs. I connect with them because they're closest to me. So everyone apparently that is close to me gets personal almost personal messages. And then around the world, there's obviously other people of that same sign. They're going through something that's almost exactly the same or very similar. And then those are the people that like the videos and come to it. I'm like, well, yeah, sure. She's a Pisces. I'm going to believe her. Her intuition is probably more bang on than mine. Okay, so now we have the right card. We have the right card. Oh. I'm going to pull the book out for this. I'm going to need to disconnect for a second. And it was a very strong message. Pull the book out for this. This is about the right card. And it's not the right thing. It's W-R-I-T-E, right? Like to write something. The circle. Like when I see this card, I get community. I get community, but I'm disconnecting for a minute. I'm going to go get the book. I will be right back. Just look at the door and manifest what it is you want to come through it while I'm gone. I'll be right back. Did you look at the door and try to manifest something coming through it? Good, good, Pisces. Good. Number 8. Numero 8. 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. But there's something in here. Oh, here, I found it. I just like, okay, this is like the whole thing, right? And it's like this, there's a dance, unity, yeah, circle of life. I'm like, no, I know that there's something here that Spirit is, it was such a strong message to grab the book, okay? Because I do have like this unity, community, it's like a circle of friends, like support, circle of spirit that guides you, but it's not feeling like this. So I was like, I know there's something in this book and I found it. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. That's really the message that I was scanning. I'm like, no. That's it. That's what the message is. So when the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service, okay? Do you remember? I said the recognition is something that you're gifted with, something you have the ability to do, something that you have a talent in. It's that as well as situations coming in to allow you to utilize that. Yes, because your love, your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Oh, jeez, I'm knocking everything down. So the right, it means something to you. You guys are talking to Spirit. I'm just the bird. I have no idea what's on the secretary's desk or in her notebooks and what's in Mr. Fieldman or whatever his name was. I am just here to be your conduit, okay? So your work, your love, your something else, I don't know. It's important, and the recognition is coming, but it's through writing. Maybe you need to write a resume. Maybe you need to write a love note. Maybe you need to write a journal. Maybe you need to write a check. Maybe you need to write a column, in an editor's column. You need to write something about a situation. You need to express your Pisces opinion about that. You're keeping your lips shut, but you need to write. Writing is your venue. Writing is your sort of getting the message that, well, this is funny. Writing is your rejuvenation. This is right underneath writing. Oh, this card is beautiful. Writing is your rejuvenation. And perhaps that's what clears the storm. See, I can figure stuff out for the little bird. Oh, the sweat lodge is on the bottom. You know what you do? Let's cleanse. Cleanse it out. Deep, like sweat it out. Sweat it out. Cleanse yourself. Almost like cleanse your physical body. Cleanse your soul. Remove. There's been a lot of messages about that, like removing things that don't serve us anymore. Remove it, because if you don't, if you have ideas about what it is that you want, what you want to do, and you hold on to those for 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years, I don't know how old y'all are, but you know, you can hold on to it for 2 years, and maybe that was just too long for whatever it is for you. But the problem is, if you keep hanging on to these things, Sagittarius had the good one with it last week, was a suitcase. I love this analogy, and it came to me from Spirit. It's like they've got a suitcase, their suitcase of life, and they've been filling it up with all these cool little things that they found along the way that they really like. Oh, and where's that in the suitcase? But you know what? Like, some of us are getting kind of old, and if you don't empty that suitcase out periodically, it gets really heavy, and it feels like a burden as opposed to your suitcase of life. So their suitcase is getting really heavy, and life was just feeling exhausting and, you know, not hopeful. And the message for them, and I feel like it's for everybody, is look in the suitcase. If, you know, maybe you used to collect rocks a long time ago, and you got a couple of really big rocks that were so beautiful, but you don't do that anymore, and you don't even really get enjoyment looking at them anymore because they're a hell of a lot heavier than they are beautiful, and you've been dragging them around for 20 years. So, and you can't get anything else in the suitcase. That's the message here. The sweat lodge is to cleanse, clean out the crap, because once the thing that you want, this harvest that's going to come after this storm and the sun comes out, but your suitcase is full. So what are you going to put in it? You can't put it in. You're just going to continue dragging it. You need to get into the sweat lodge, fluff, get it out. Get it out. Clear your spirit, clear your mind, clear your space. Clear that suitcase. Find that big rock, that big, beautiful rock. Look at it. Love it for what it was. Mary Kondo here. Love it for what it was. Release it into the pond. Let it go into the pond and be a rock again. My God, look at all the room in your suitcase, and it's not heavy anymore. And now you can put all that good stuff that serves you now when this harvest comes through. I like that. Suitcase of life. I get all sorts of cool stuff from Spirit. I'm learning so much doing this. It's amazing. It's sort of like when you're kind of good at something and then you decide, I want to teach people to do that. You're not, wow. You start teaching people to do something that you thought you were good at, and it's like, I am learning while I'm teaching. It's so cool. It's so cool. All right. Are we clarifying anything? I have tarot cards here. Do you want any more clarifications on your questions to Spirit, Pisces? You know, if it was any other sign, I would say you guys are so ballsy. You're going to turn this around and ask Spirit. But it's not even like a ballsy thing. It's just a natural way for Pisces. You guys are spicy. For Pisces to function is, I have this connection with Spirit, and there's some things we need to talk about right now. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, I feel like I've got, yeah, what do you want clarification on? Recognition and right. I'm getting recognition and right. You guys would still like a little more about recognition and right from Spirit. Ooh, the portal. Wow, this is recognition from Spirit. So, wow, okay. It's really going to lift you up. Like the sun is here. This is like, this card is crazy. Wow. This card came out for Capricorn last week in a very deep starseed reading. It's like, wow, I don't know where that came from. But I'm getting the message. This is your answer about recognition. It's very deep recognition. It may not be recognition that comes to you from people around you, but it will be recognition from Spirit, from your creator, in a sense, who you're connected with, who gives you life, who birthed you. And this recognition, you feel that by these opportunities that will come towards you that allow you to use your gifts, Oh, and right. Palace of Wands. Whatever it is you desire to write, wands are desires, baby. Fire energy too. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius. Remember we were just talking about the suitcase scenario with Sagittarius? So, and that's funny because the Sun card too would be sort of clarified as Leo energy because that's their planetary energy. But the Palace of Wands. So the King of Wands is wonderful energy. It's safe energy. It's safe to collaborate with that person. It's safe to express your desires with that person, and they will also express desire. Like, it's just a great mutual energy. But the Palace to me is a very safe place. So whatever this question was, you wanted some sort of clarification on the right card, the writing card. You are in a very safe space right now, energetically, to do that. You are being supported by Spirit, like your deep creators here, for this recognition to please write. It's safe. Like, you're in this palace and no one can touch you. They can't get there. They can't. Your desires... That is the moon. That is the moon up here. That's sweet how that works sometimes, isn't it? There you go. Oh, fairy card. Fairy time. I do have my fairy book out because I'm connecting with these cards, and I'm still working on some of the messages with them. I would say like 90% of the time I don't use the book. I get a pretty direct message. But, well, actually, even like that shaman card, sometimes it's getting this message to pick up the book. So the fairy book is actually nearby. These are being slippery today. They really are. Actually, well, just right now. They weren't slippery for, what did I do? Aquarius. Wow, they just slipped out of my hand. No, but something was slippery for them. There was something they needed to let go. It was a tarot card. I tried like 3-4 times to pick it up. It kept flying, like literally flying out of my hand. Okay, what do the fairies have to say? This is, okay, we're switching it. So the fairies are now talking to you. So Spirit is talking to you. Wow. Oh. Ecstasy. Oh, yeah, this is great. Ecstasy is something that we're always trying to achieve and look for and find in life, right? What really gives us like full balance. The Palace of Wands is definitely that place. There's serious ecstasy fulfillment there because it's all about your desires. When you fulfill your desires, if it's something that you really want to do, you put yourself in this space of ecstasy. And when you're in a space of ecstasy, every element of your body is lit up and connecting with those around you and the energies of spirit and life around you. It's like a little satellite dish has popped up on this dude, right? Like, look at that. It's like this Kundalini energies. It's awesome. Totally connected. Yes. So then you go into the portal. It's like a whole little spaceship story here. Look at that. That's kind of cool. It looks like the same thing with the wings. Yeah. Okay. There you go. I don't know how you thought of that. How did that go? You guys were asking the questions, and Spirit was answering them for you. So thanks. Thanks for turning it on Spirit's toes and my toes. We really enjoyed that. And I'm going to see you next week. So thank you, everyone that came. Thank you, everyone that persevered through that reading, because I know I can be a little bit, oh, I go over here. Oh, I go over there. And my mouth is usually about 20 steps ahead of my brain. And then sometimes that switches and we get confusion. But we made it through. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, Pisces, and I'll see you next week. Bye.